Don't follow trends, follow your heart.
Hi there, my name is Maria Hjelmborg. I'm an astrologer and I'm giving you the weekly astrology report for the week that starts at the 21st and ends at the 28th of, actually the 27th of October 2019. Welcome. So I'm here in Denmark in our garden and we are by a lake this week because this is a Scorpio report. The sun is moving into Scorpio. We already have Mercury and Venus here. And actually, of the three water signs, the Scorpionic energy is the bottom of the lake, where the water is standing still. So this place is particularly appropriate for this report in this sense. I am here with Happy, my little love dog. He's 4.5 months old. And this week, we have planet constellations like this. So this week we have Pluto, North Node, and Saturn in Capricorn here. As we had all the other weeks, it's a long story, has been a long time coming. Well, the South Node, of course, and the North Node in Cancer. And we have the moon going from Cancer, Monday, Leo, Virgo, and Libra, Sunday. And we have the sun changing signs on Wednesday. We have Mars moving towards a sign change, but that's not this week. We have Jupiter in Sag, Neptune in Pisces, Chiron in Aries, and of course Uranus in Taurus. So welcome. What we will do is we will draw 2 cards for 2 signs that we will take individually this week, and the rest of the signs has the collective report. And that is also always enough if you are intuitive enough to figure out where it lands in your life. And the only thing you have to do with your sign, in accordance to the collective report, if it's not your sign we take this week, you just go in intuitionally and see what area of my life is it. She is now talking about going to the depth of something, investigating something on a deep level. And in the collective reports you might be talking about shared resources. That's the level where we are looking. But let's say you're an Aries, then Scorpio is the right place for resources, shared resources, deep connection with people, shadow sides, etc. But if we move it to Taurus, it's in the 7th house. So for Taurus, that section will be about partnerships. For Gemini, that section will be about the day-to-day work situation. For Cancer, that house will be about the romantic part of their life, where they follow their heart, etc. But you just have to know that, let's say I mentioned something about investigating something on a deeper level and coming to the core of something, that you have to just close your eyes and you will know in which area of your life we're talking. But each week we will try now to draw 2 cards for each sign, because we want to make the report a little shorter. So let's see which 2 signs it will be for this week. So the cards for this week, the 2 signs that we're going to be talking about this week is, let's see which one we will take. We will take Leo and Aries. Let's see what we can say about that. But first, the collective report, and after the collective report, Leo and Aries I will go into depth with. So, this is the collective report, and yeah, it's from the 21st, Monday to the 21st, until Sunday the 27th, and a little into Monday the 28th. So this is the Scorpio party, welcome. So what are we talking about this week? Which planets? I'm gonna mention them now, and also what they mean. But first I'm gonna say that there are some really significant things this week. The new moon in Scorpio. There's the sun that's moving into Scorpio. There's Mercury in its shadow phase on its way to go retrograde in next week's report. We have a Venus-Neptune trine and Mars in square to the moon's nodes and to Saturn. The moon is moving from the Cancer Libra, and the Sun-Uranus opposition is almost there. So this is for the nerds, the ones who wants to know which planets are activated. For all the rest of you, here we go. So, what is the Scorpio party? What does it mean?
Now, let's get started with the collective report. And we'll start by Monday. And Monday we have a Venus trine Neptune. So that's a dreamy day where you might dream into a fantasy world of how your partner is when he is perfect. You will idealize about him and just be in this dreamy mood where he can do nothing wrong because you're in this pink sky, or he or she, of course, also she. This was my input. But it can also be a creative day where you will be artistically drawn to doing projects where you can just float out into the open space where everything is possible in your imagination and fantasy, with colors, music, dance, whatever takes you away. At the same time, the moon is in Cancer until 7:30 in Denmark, Central European time, 1 hour more. So you have to adjust, and it's kind of like hangover style, because we have to get over the cleanups of the weekend and the deep stuff, because the new atmosphere of more heavy things that gains more and more momentum because of all the planets moving into Scorpio, and we have to find the energy to want it all again. It can be an emotional day where you want to be at home underneath the cushion, underneath the duvet, where when you get up in the morning, people aren't necessarily outwarded in the bus, and if they are, they will be more emotional or just dream their way into another world, or maybe some will use drugs or alcohol to get there. Around supper time or dinner time, just before the moon shifts, that will be again Danish time. If you're in the States, it will be something else. It will be in the beginning of the day. And if you're in Japan, well, you're probably sleeping. But this is what you have to do for the rest of the report, plus minus 6 to 9 hours, minus if you're in the States, plus 7 if you're in Japan. But anyways, the moon goes into Leo around this time, and now the passion and the joy combined with the trine between Neptune and Venus is going to be reawoken. Maybe again through something creative, and the sensitive traffic of the day will be more dramatic, with music playing out of the windows if the weather is warm enough for that. All week, Mercury, Mars. Mercury is gaining momentum in his introverted style, because he's in the retrograde phase, so he will just go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the underworld and dig up stuff for us. So it's not so easy to be communicative like that, and that will increase during the week, because in next week's report he will actually go retrograde. He's just in the shadow phase now. And Mars is also gaining momentum towards his square to Saturn at the end of the week, by the end of the week, which I will talk about when we get to Sunday. So all in all, the moon is spiraling downwards energy-wise, because it is going towards a new moon. That's when we lose energy and we'll be more and more tired as we can't even feel it now, sorry, as we move towards the weekend. Tuesday the moon is in Leo, squaring Venus and Mercury almost all day. Could that be some kind of dramatic thing going on inside of you, where your emotions aren't really getting the space they want to just follow their heart, because Venus and Mercury wants to find some kind of justice within the deep shadow chambers, that wants not just to skirt on any kind of surface or pink sky, just go deeper, but you're feeling like something else, and that can be a little hard. And again, dramatic. Scorpio Leo aspects is also called the horror aspect, actually, but definitely dramatic. Wednesday, the moon is in Leo again for a good part of the day, and this is the big shifting day because the sun is going into Scorpio. So welcome to the Scorpio party. Now we only have poor Mars back there in the Libra. So with the moon in Leo here in the last degrees before the shift, 9:30 p.m. Danish time. Well, in the beginning of the afternoon in the States, these couple of hours can be pretty intense and dramatic. Try to keep it cool. So as we go into the sign of Scorpio, the taboos are going to come onto the table. And in Scorpio, it's also about jealousy, obsessional tendencies, dedication. Things are black and white, strong, likes and dislikes, obsession, intensity, intense deep feelings, but also terrific for focus. If you want to focus upon something, or things that you have been stuffing down into your conscious and put just kind of suppressed through the years are starting to come up and be set free. So you can get that new emotional start that you are longing for as the new moon comes on Sunday, Monday. So in Scorpio we'll go into the raw, deep, naked truth. So no more surface, nice and sweet surface talk. No, it's all about getting to the core of things, raw and rough and heavy sometimes. It's also hard to hold back because the feelings are coming up and out. Here you almost are your feelings. So it's about feelings in its utmost, most intense way. So maybe you don't even get to thinking before you have expressed these feelings dramatically. So, but actually, I want to point out something. If it wasn't for this month of Scorpio, actually 2 months, because we have Mercury retrograde here altogether in its retrograde phase for 2 months, we would never ever go that deep and completely to the bottom of things. There will still be untouched things that would put a stop to our development. Death is also what we assign to the sign of Scorpio, but actually in the Hellenistic times, I'm also a Hellenistic astrologer, it was actually assigned to the sign of Libra. So if that is true here, then we would be ready for the phoenix rising here in Scorpio, because then death would happen just before Wednesday as it enters Scorpio. Thursday the 24th, we have the moon in Virgo, time for day-to-day routine things, down to earth, maybe harvesting something in your life. Friday the 25th, the moon is in Virgo, also all day, but until 10:30 p.m. Danish time, but it will be in square 9:30 a.m. Danish time, minus 9 hours if you're in LA. It will be in square to Jupiter. So this aspect is kind of so self-critical. It can be self-critical, wanting to go to the details, perfectionistic, and maybe you meet someone who's like know-it-all towards you, so that these feelings really come up within you, or you are the know-it-all towards someone else, where you're nitty-gritty on the details and it's not feeling good, and it's Jupiter, so it's just really intense. So if we already have a low energy because of the moon's decrease, and so the self-criticism could be on the highest alert, maybe mirrored by some know-it-all. Yeah. So Saturday, moon's in Libra, and the Sun Uranus opposition is increasing in this low energy, so you can be really sensitive towards what it is that makes this sudden shift in your life. one thing is for sure, it's gonna go deep, and it's about your relationship and maybe your level of commitment as well with someone in your life. Sunday the 27th, the theme is continuing, and now you are really tired. The moon is in Libra until 10:40 Danish time, and that will be, well, let's see, what is that, like 9:40 Danish time. That will be like 3:40, and we're talking PM here, New York time. Uranus and the Sun opposition is really starting now to increase momentum, because at that time I just described, the moon is going into Scorpio, and we'll have a new Scorpio new moon, the stage, the evening of, I'm sorry, this is just indicating how tired you will be at this time. The evening of Sunday evening, of course, and the 27th and 28th if you're in Asia and in Europe. And we also have Mars and square to Saturn at this time. And Mars is the co-ruler of Scorpio. So, what is Mars square the nodes? Well, Mars square the nodes is, as we talked about, what you jumped, where you jumped and skipped a step. And you could get aggressive, and you could get frustrated because you're not going to be able to express how you feel. Not a good idea to start new projects, because some authority figure, elder or wise one, was gonna suppress you probably during this time. It's better to just not start anything new, but try to work on the defense rather than the offense. With the Mars here. Well, Mars square Saturn all week is also this kind of energy, really even more, because the nodal square is more like what you didn't do that you knew you did, that you knew you had to do, but you couldn't really face it, etc. But now it's really like where the boss or dominating men or someone is gonna come and try to really lower your ambitions and saying, no, you can't, you can't do this, you can't do that. So some kind of rejection or just frustration will come up to the surface, and you just need to have patience and accept, because hard work will get you where you won't meet this resistance. And perhaps it's better to work alone if it's possible, and concentrate on things closer to home. Then we have the Sun in opposition to Uranus transit, and that will bring the unexpected and exciting meetings or events that will shake up your world. So adjustment to some kind of circumstance that's changing is gonna call for something extra from you, because you don't have much energy, and any kind of tension can leave your nerves kind of really tense and on alert. So some unexpected things can turn up in your life, and yeah, maybe you want to think about doing something unusual to satisfy some kind of curiosity. It can also lead to something destructive, some accident or something, if you don't find positive ways to release this tension inside of you. Someone around you, or maybe you will, probably someone around you or yourself will look for more freedom, and if you resist this freedom towards someone else, it will just make them more rebellious, probably. Jupiter is going direct, and this is accelerating now because he's out of his shadow phase. Saturn is also going direct, and in November he will be out of his shadow. And Pluto went direct on the 3rd, and momentum is increasing. And this could have something to do with legal issues in the world or constitutional issues. Saturn in Capricorn, legal issues in the world, that's Jupiter and Sag. And many events will get more and more energy that will be increasing through November and December. And in this last part of the month, the intensity is also really gonna increase. And from January and February, there has been this combination over 9 months up until now, and something new that's moving forward. Projects that you've been using a lot of time upon will come back in a new light, ready to be built upon. Something is over, it's gone in your life, something got remodeled to something new. Maybe your friendships, your partner, your parents, your plans, your ideas, your work, things are going forward now on an overall, on a larger scale. Jupiter is past where he went retrograde, and he's looking for, or he's finding new ways, and we just have to remember that this cut the crap and get real thing is gonna be really on the table now, because of what happened. We are not a part of the show anymore, is what people seem to say. We don't want to have the suppressive, control, dominant thing that just puts this heavy structure upon our lives. And we always point our fingers towards other people, but really it comes from ourselves. When it all comes down to the bottom of it. So work from within to find your home, work from within to get back to who you are and your core essence, instead of looking outside to gain prestige or fame or fortune. It's not gonna make you happy. Nothing points this direction. All the north nodes of the north node of the Moon, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto is in Cancer, which is not about the mask, the persona you are, or about which jacket you wear at all. It's the opposite. It's your feminine, soft side that feels. How does it feel? How does it feel? I don't care what you think. I don't care about how it feels, and that's the way you need to go.
From last week, Mars was moving towards the square between the nodes, north and south node, Rahu and Ketu, and Monday that will have its culmination in a square. And this combination is a combination like that is always about no matter which planet, something that we didn't do. So that's important for our soul journey. And in this case, with Mars squaring the nodes, this has something to do with. So this week, the square between Mars and the nodes also points towards that we actually have Pluto changing things up there in Capricorn, and Pluto's sign Scorpio is having a lot of people coming in, Venus, Mercury, and now the Sun also soon enough, Mars. And it's investigation, it's getting the raw truth on the table. But the south node is pointing towards what we are devolutionizing and taking away, and the north node of the Moon, which is in Cancer, is where we're moving towards with our soul purpose. And the thing is that it's not only the north node of the Moon, it's also the north node of Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, which is in Cancer. So we are all moving towards something to call home. We want to go home into ourselves. We want to nurture our inner child. We want to feel our feelings and be true to them. Just a second, Happy's running away. No, he's over there. And we, the little love dog is, there he is. So what we're going to see happening here is that there will be a devolution with the Capricorn side, which is the persona you are, the legacy you leave behind, the mask you wear, the authority figure, where you want to be the authority figure and the elder, the wise one, the one who's in control, because that also signifies control somehow, right? And that's the mask that all this in Scorpio is going to take off of you and other people. So be aware of, where are you wearing a mask like that? In which case are you wearing a mask? In which case are you trying to see here with the lake behind me? We have a lot of it's usually it's much bigger. There's much more water, but there's a lot of what you call it weed that has grown upon the lake. So now you cannot see so much of the water because of all the dirt. That's what we are removing here in Scorpio. If we clear the lake, we can look to the bottom of the lake without feeling the fear. Scorpio. What we want to learn in Scorpio. Get to know our fears so that we are no longer afraid of them, so that it can take us home to the safe place inside, and thereby on the outside as well. So just remember, before we take the 2 signs of the week, Aries and Leo, don't follow trends, follow your heart. So Aries and Libra, now it's your turn, and for all the rest of you, please comment. If you have any questions, ask them, and hugs and love. See you next week from Denmark. So this week it's Aries and Leo. Let's start with Aries for this week. Lots going on, Aries, but primarily our ruler, I'm Aries, is in square first to the nodes and then to Saturn. So in this case, it's all about us surrendering to a new reality where we do not let ourselves be driven completely by our ego and our ego's desire to go forward and fight and do this and actively choose to be in charge of what happens for us. It is a sort of looking at you thinking that you have been governing yourself by certain rules, to see that they came from the outside, and then find your own inner new pattern where you reveal and unveil yourself, remove the mask and reveal who you really are by recognizing and acknowledging the dark sides that you have, to realize that it's a past pattern, probably inherited from your parents or karmically, that doesn't have to have anything to do with your future. If you choose to say, okay, that was in the past, it's okay, it's there. It might always be in my closet somewhere, but I don't have to wear the robe of that past. I'm now going to let the flow take me into me receiving the new information of where I'm going to go, instead of forcefully forcing it through. It will not work for us Aries now to force our ideas through. We just have to see what God has in store planned for us. This week it will be felt, because you will feel deep shadow sides during this week, especially coming up Wednesday and through all of the week, actually. That's how I'll put it. Moon from Cancer to Libra takes you through following your heart in Leo, day-to-day until Wednesday, day-to-day routines from Wednesday to Friday, and maybe some little critical issues with your health. Could be, not necessarily. It depends on if you take the breaks you need. And then on by Saturday and Sunday, you will now be feeling very sensitive about the before mentioned matter, and with less energy, because it's the new moon. So our energies all in together will be lower, but since the moon is passing over our planet in the same house, it will be extra sensitive. So give yourself the care that you need and be prepared for a new emotion, deep, intense emotional beginning. For the Leos this week, Leo, the sun is moving, changing signs from Libra into Scorpio, so that's one heck of a change. That's Wednesday. I can say a lot about the whole week, but that will be the main thing. Here we have Mercury and Venus, and nice companions to have, to communicate in your family, communicate your feelings, feel them, be present with your values and the habits of things you like and love to do at home, or where you feel safe and feel at home. It's your 4th house. Sun is moving into your 4th house. It's intense with the Leos. It is deep feelings, and Mercury is going retrograde here, so you will really feel the phase. You already felt it in the last couple of weeks, but it will be especially strongly felt now that the Sun has entered into the zone where Mercury went shadow phasing on the 11th and will be in this story for 2 months. So be prepared for re-evaluating your home and family life, your roots, and really taking good care of your inner child and your feelings, and go with them. Listen to them above all others, in spite of whatever the society wants to shove down your throat. New moon, Scorpio, coming up Monday, Sunday, Monday, depending on where you are, will give you the chance of a new start in your family and home life, your roots. Best of luck, love, and bliss.
There is this angel saying, I'm gonna find my way back home. The secret is love, he said. You got to lift yourself up, try again. One day you will break through. What you long for will find you. Through all the hard times, I always seem to find the light in your eyes. We fought through.
Don't follow trends, follow your heart.